All right, guys, welcome to the first videos in this series. Today we will take a look at dividends. We will take a look at what they are and how they can be used in the process of making us rich. So first of all, what are they? Well, a dividend is when a company decides to return cash to its existing shareholders. That's right, a company pays its shareholders just for being shareholders. There are different reasons why a company would want to do this, but most of all, it's to attract new investors, and the other reason is mostly to keep actual investors happy. Now, companies usually that don't pay dividends are usually companies that believe they can do better with the investors' money than the investors can do themselves. That is, get a better yield or put that money to research and development and whatnot. So let's take a look at an example stock here, ME. Let's say it trades at $10 per share and gives out a dividend of 50 cents per share. So every dividend is calculated annually based on the price per share. It's called the yield, so we divide the annual dividend by the stock price, which would then give us, in this case, a 5% dividend yield. Let's say we put $1,000, so we get 100 shares, which means we get $50 annually. Now, what would happen if the stock price were to change afterwards? Well, we're going to take a look here. Let's say now the example of our stock just went up in price to $15. Well, its annual dividend is unchanged at 50 cents a share, so the yield is actually decreased, but you're not earning less money. You still have the same amount of shares, you're still earning the same dividend per share, and it still equals to $50 annually. Dividends are usually paid out via distribution, which is sort of a dividend paying schedule. They can be paid out usually annually. They can be paid out quarterly, which is every 3 months, and they can even be paid out monthly. So a company decides to give you a payment every single month. Now, of course, it doesn't increase or decrease the payment that you get. It's just that it's going to be divided in a bigger or smaller amount of payments. So let's say here quarterly you'd get, instead of 50 cents a share, you'd get 12.5 cents a share, and monthly you get even less, so about 4 cents per share. Now you get less, but you get paid more. And when you purchase that company, that stock, you're actually freezing the yield, which means the yield at which you buy it is the yield that you will keep getting for your shares over and over, because you're isolating yourself from stock price changes. Now, companies that pay dividends are usually good companies, big companies, and they usually are considered relatively safe companies. The reason is because they have the ability to pay cash to their shareholders. They have usually a strong management, a strong balance sheet, and the confidence that earnings will stay at least as strong as they are now. The other thing is that during market crashes, companies that pay dividends usually do a lot better, well, I should say maybe less worse, than companies that do not pay dividends. It's been proven over time during the multiple market crashes. Companies that pay dividends have less loss. They often have better recoveries following the market crash, and if you get lucky, the company usually takes its dividend down, but you can usually keep getting paid. So I think that just a little introduction to dividends and how they can be useful in helping you guys get rich. It makes your money work for you as a shareholder. So it's a great way to get passive income, and it's one of the key steps in getting yourself a very strong portfolio. So I thank you for watching, and if you guys like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. There will be more videos to follow. Make sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss on the future videos. Thank you.